Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pahal Horizon. I'm your host, Anchal, and today is a very special episode because we are talking about something incredibly important: the International Day of Sign Languages. Every year on September 23rd, the world comes together to raise awareness about the significance of sign languages and the rights of the people in deaf community. This day was established by the United Nations to highlight the importance of inclusion, human rights, and equality for all, regardless of their ability to hear. Now, I know this might not be a topic we think about every day, but that's exactly why today is so important. Sign languages are not just a means of communication, they are a rich part of deaf culture and identity. We all have a part to play in making the world more inclusive. So let's dive in and explore why this day matters so much. First, let's talk about how this day came to be. The International Day of Sign Languages was first celebrated in 2018, thanks to the efforts from the World Federation of the Day, an organization that has been advocating for the rights of deaf people since 1951. The date September 23rd was chosen to honor the founding of Federation, and the goal is to promote the use of sign languages as a way to protect the rights of deaf people around the world. Why is this important, you ask? Well, there are more than 70 million deaf people globally, and they use more than 300 different sign languages. These languages are not just an option for communication, they are essential for deaf individuals to fully access education, information, and employment. Sign language is not only about bridging communication gaps, it's a matter of human rights. In many countries, sign language is still not officially recognized, which limits access to critical services like education, healthcare for deaf community. Now let's clear up some common misconceptions about sign languages. One thing people often get wrong is thinking that there is just one universal sign language. That is not true. In fact, each country and sometimes different regions within countries have their own sign languages. For example, American Sign Language is different from British Sign Language, even though the spoken languages are both English. Another misconception is that sign languages are just simplified versions of spoken languages. Again, this is not accurate. Sign languages are fully developed languages with their own grammar, syntax, and idioms. They are as complex and expressive as in spoken language. This shows how vital they are in maintaining cultural identity for deaf community. Let's take a moment to appreciate the rich deaf culture that has developed around a sign language. For deaf individuals, sign language is not just a way to communicate, it's a part of their culture identity. Deaf culture includes a shared history, values, and norms that has been shaped over generations. There are also many notable figures from the deaf community who have made significant contributions to society. For example, Marlee Matlin, the Oscar winning actress who has been a strong advocate for deaf rights. Then there's Niall DeMarco, a model and activist who uses his platform to promote sign language education and raise awareness of issues affecting the deaf community. These individuals show that deafness is not a barrier to success when inclusivity and accessibility are prioritized. However, despite the progress we have made, there are still many challenges faced by deaf community. In many parts of the world, sign languages are not officially recognized, which limits access to education, employment, and public services for deaf individuals. Imagine not being able to fully access your country's legal system or healthcare services because the language you rely on is not recognized or supported. This is why advocacy is so important. In some countries like New Zealand and Finland, sign languages are officially recognized, giving deaf people the legal right to access education and services in their preferred language. But in other countries, there is still much work to be done. This year, the theme for International Day of Sign Languages is a world where deaf people everywhere can sign. It's a reminder that we need to continue pushing for equal access and recognition. So what can we do to support deaf community and promote the use of sign languages? First, we can start by learning some basic signs, even just knowing how to say hello or thank you in American Sign Language or another sign language can make a difference. There are a lots of free resources online and it's a great way to show solidarity and respect. You can also support organizations that advocate for deaf rights, such as the World Federation of Deaf or local deaf associations in your area, whether it's through donations, volunteering, or simply spreading the word. Every little bit helps. Lastly, we can all strive to be more inclusive in our daily lives. This means supporting accessible content such as videos with closed captions or events that offer sign language interpretations. Thank you so much for joining me today on this journey to learn more about the International Day of Sign Languages. I hope this episode has inspired you to think about the importance of sign languages and how we can all contribute to a more inclusive world. Remember, sign language is a right, not a privilege, and together we can help create a world where deaf people everywhere can sign freely. Before I go, I want to leave you with a question. How can you make your own community more accessible and inclusive for deaf individuals? I would love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to reach out to me on social media or in the comments. Thank you for tuning in to Pahal Horizon. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with others who might appreciate it. Until next time, take care and don't forget to learn a few signs this week. See you soon.